Hi Leo, this is Jessica with Cardinal Signs. This reading is for a choice or a decision that you need to make during the month of May. So I have two options here. We've got option A and option B. So two choices. If you have more than two choices to choose from, these are going to be their two most viable options. So what I need you to do before I continue is to choose and kind of allocate which of your two choices is going to be represented by spread A and which of your two choices is going to be represented by spread B. Just to give you a little bit of framework, I mean, you can just leave this up to your intuition or gut instinct, but if you want a little bit more of a framework on how to do that, option A would be the choice that most closely resembles your current situation, or it would be the choice that would lead to the least amount of change or upheaval. It would be the option that you would consider to be the safe option or the most logical option. Choice B here would be the more significant departure from your current situation. It would involve more significant change than option A. You might consider this the higher risk option. And this option might also be the one that is guided more so from your intuition or from your gut instinct. So once you decide, stick with it. No flipping back and forth once I start flipping the cards. Now I asked for a symbol for option A and a symbol for option B just to get an overview. So I usually get that as a visual symbol that I see. So for option A, I'm seeing power lines. So there's a continuity and a natural progression between your current situation and your transition into option A. So it's like just it feels natural. It's probably more so. I'm thinking it's more so. Like I said, natural progression. So it would be like a transition more so than a radical change. Because we're talking about electricity and being electrically charged, it could also indicate, on the other hand, that the stakes are fairly high and that there's a lot on the line. For option B, I'm seeing a turtle in a pond, and there's a feeling of being very comfortable with this option, like it's your natural habitat, and that you would transition into this very seamlessly and easily, and that you would flourish in this option. So let's see here what the cards have in store. On the top, we have overall energy for option A and option B. There are three things that you need to consider for each option. And then we have an outcome. The outcome if you decide to choose option A, and the outcome if you decide to choose option B. Overall energy for option A is innocence, and this card is the Sun. We have awareness. This is the Chariot, something that you need to consider. The Ten of Wands, suppression. High Priestess, inner voice. And the Page of Pentacles, slowing down as a final outcome. There's that turtle. Wrong option, but there he is. We have the Four of Pentacles for option B as the overall energy. Ten of Swords for something to consider. The Rebel, this is the Emperor. The Four of Swords, postponement. And as a final outcome, we have the Page of Cups, trust. Okay. So with the Sun, there's a lot of joy and happiness here with with this choice, with option A. There's a lot of optimism as well. It's favorable for sure. Things that we need to consider here with the Chariot, suppression, and the High Priestess. So there's something here under the surface that needs to be addressed. This is something that has been, as the card says, suppressed, something that has been hidden for a while, and the cracks are starting to show, and you need to shed a little bit of light on this issue before you proceed forward with your decision. So with both of these cards on either side, with the Chariot and with the High Priestess, there is a sense of you being able to address this issue. You can see the curtain being drawn back here on something that is hidden. It's not as scary, whatever it is. It's not as scary or as ugly or as negative as one might have thought originally. So once you do start uncovering, this can be fears, doubts, insecurities. It's basically going to be negative mental energy. And you'll be using your intuition to do this. You're going to be receiving some inspiration through your intuition as you start addressing and really examining these underlying issues. And as I said, they're not going to end up being as terrible as you might originally imagine them to be. As a final outcome here, with the Page of Pentacles, with slowing down, there's a sense of like retirement in this card. You know, in slowing down, like the pace has just lightened up a little bit. Maybe your load has lightened up. But there's the sense of graduating onto something that is simpler, offers you a little bit more space and freedom, is not as demanding on you, is not as much of a burden. This is typically the burden card in many tarot decks. This is carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. So there's a sense of that being released in the outcome card for option A. The overall energy for option B, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Miser. So this is holding on very tightly to something. This is clinging even. Perhaps not so much for your benefit on one hand. On the other hand, this can be something that is very solid and stable and secure. This can be financial security. This can be job security. Things that you need to consider with this option. We have a fair bit of sword energy here, so this is in your mind. These are thoughts that you are working through. We have the Ten of Swords, and this is some can see this kind of as a defeat card, the end of a cycle, kind of a painful ending. But this card is a little bit more positive in its outlook, as it being rebirth. It's very close to the Death card in energy, where we're transforming something old and creating something new out of what used to be. So this option might resemble in some way the previous situation. There may be aspects, and you're simply transforming transforming it into something new and fresh. With the Emperor here, we have a great amount of confidence, excellent business acumen. This is somebody who everybody looks up to and admires. This is somebody who has authority. Now he's holding a torch here, so there is going to be some light shed on your situation. Something might be illuminated to help you make your choice. There's also the sense of breaking free of bonds on the bottom here. So this option might allow you a sense of freedom. We have the Four of Swords, postponement. So this is fairly straightforward. You having to wait on something. It's not going to happen right away. This can also be this can be an enforced postponement, or this can be you taking a step back because you need some time to assess the situation and make your decision. As the outcome, we have the Page of Cups, and this is the Trust card. So this is depicting a free fall, which can be very frightening. But with trust, there is also a promise that it's going to be okay. There might be a certain level of unknown factors in this option where you don't have the whole picture. And indeed, if we look at this card here, it's almost like she's looking at a picture. And this portion is colored, but this part on the outside is still black and white. So it's almost like not everything is filled in. Not all of the details are available to you if you were to go with this option. And there would be a certain amount of trust that it would pan out for you. I'm going to pull an additional card of guidance. So this is additional guidance for Leo for option A. What else does Leo need to know about option A? Okay. And what else does Leo need to know about option B? Further guidance and clarification for option B for Leo during the month of May. Further guidance for option B. Okay. Playfulness. This pairs well with the energy of the Sun. It's very lighthearted, very childlike. So there's a feel-good energy about this option. You really only have the one negative aspect in the center here with the suppression, and everything else is fairly positive and light. So there is definitely a sense of joy and happiness associated with option A. For option B, we have purity. So this may be the more noble option. This may be an option that you feel is your duty to choose. You may feel some pressure that you are expected, perhaps. Like if this were a work situation and you're an authority figure, perhaps you're expected to do a certain thing, uphold a certain standard, that you have maybe a lot of eyes watching you as you're making this choice. Green is very strong in this card, so this is perhaps a therapeutic choice, a choice that carries some relief and even healing with it. Now, I can't say for you that option A is the one you should choose or option B is the one that you should choose. There are pros and cons for both, and not all of this is going to resonate with everybody. Hopefully one or two things will have stood out for you and can help you with your particular situation. I think I've covered everything here. With the green, there is also, you might be contending with a little bit of jealousy. You or someone around you. Someone being green with envy. The miser kind of reminds me of having a jealous energy. It's very possessive. So you might be contending with that. And I think that's everything. So I'm going to leave it right there. So thank you so much for watching, Leo. I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that this helps you in making your decision. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll know that there's interest in making more videos like this. Feel free to comment below. Feel free to subscribe if you want to get more videos like this. And I hope you have a wonderful month of May. Again, good luck with your choice, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.